everybody, it's Mrs. O'Connor from Niantic Center School. I'm here to talk to you today about making sculptures from recycled materials. I spoke with you last week about making a 3D line sculpture, and so we know that a sculpture is a three-dimensional artwork, which means you can look at it from all different sides. It pops up. So one of my favorite things to make sculptures out of is recycled materials. There are endless possibilities, and sometimes you get great ideas just by different materials you find around your house. So a good way to begin is to gather a bunch of different interesting recycled materials. I think the paper towel rolls are a great idea. Bottle caps are a really nice one. Empty tissue boxes, all different things like that. Today, what I'm going to show you how to begin making is a tissue box monster. And what I'm going to do is use the opening of the tissue box as the monster's mouth. Now, I started this one, and you can see I've glued some little white triangles inside the mouth to make some teeth. And I found two bottle caps that are the same to attach for the eyes. Now, anytime that you're working on a three-dimensional artwork, attaching the pieces is sometimes a challenge. It takes a little bit of patience, it takes some problem solving. You have to decide what the best materials are to attach different things, and it depends on what you have on hand at home. I decided for these bottle caps, they're a little bit heavy for some kinds, for like a glue stick, but it would work to use Elmer's glue to attach it. But we know that Elmer's glue takes a while to dry. So if you choose to attach heavy things with Elmer's glue, you may need to leave your sculpture flat for an hour or two and let that part dry. Sometimes it's good to work on a sculpture in stages. Another option is to use some tape to tape on some heavier things. You can tape it on the outside. You can also make a little tape bubble, and that is a good way to attach things to your sculpture as well. Another thing to think about is making your sculpture stand up, because this is a 3D artwork. If I wanted to make some legs out of some paper towel tubes, to attach this tube to my tissue box, to attach it just like this is not going to be very stable. It's difficult to make that really stick well. So a good idea is to take your scissors and cut some slits along the edge of your paper roll, and then fold them out. I like to think about this sort of like a tree trunk. Think about how a tree grows up out of the ground. It's much more stable at the base because of those roots going out and holding it into place. So basically, if I cut those slits to attach to my box, it will make it much more stable. It's also a great idea if you are using tape to cut several pieces of tape and line them up ahead of time, or else maybe work with a sibling or a parent so that it is a little bit easier to cut the tape. Then once that's attached, if I wanted to add another leg, I would do the same idea. I would cut my slits, fold them out, and attach it. When I go to make my monster stand up, it also, like I said, is a little bit of problem solving. You could do a few things. You could add a foot on the bottom. Again, to attach it to something, I probably want to make those slits along the edge, fold those out so that I have a good, stable base. Remember, to have a lot of fun with this project, sometimes when I'm working on a sculpture, I start with an idea of one thing and it changes into a totally different idea by the time I've finished, and that's okay. So have a great time with this. I can't wait to see pictures of things that you come up with, and enjoy. Bye.